Hey guys, Sonic Smash Bro here, and Stage 1 of the KC Cup is done for this month with the poll winner of choice, Speedroid. So, Synchro may be on the back burner until we get new support, unfortunately, but Synchro summoning does live on with Speedroid, and due to the level cap increase, we got some stuff that is actually game-changing. Every time I think Speedroids can't get any stronger, they find a way to add new things and surprise me and prove me wrong. So, let's look at Speedroid one more time. I don't know how many times we're going to have to keep doing this, but still, with the skill of choice, as always, Clear Wing Acceleration. Each skill effect is once per duel, and during the duel you activate either effect. You cannot normal or special summon monsters except for Synchro monsters, or Wind, Dragon, / Machine type monsters. First effect. If you control Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, play one Speedroid red-eyed dice from your deck or graveyard to your field. And the second effect. During your main phase, send one Synchro monster or one Speedroid tuner monster from your deck or field to the graveyard. If you sent a Synchro monster from your field to the graveyard, play one Clear Wing Synchro Dragon from your graveyard to your field. And that Clear Wing Synchro Dragon gains attack points equal to the level of the Synchro monster you sent to the graveyard times 200 until the end of this turn. So, starting things off, we got Triple Win the Wind Channeler. This card is always treated as a Charmer card, but we don't care about that. You can discard this card and one other Wind monster, add a Wind monster with 1500 or less defense points from your deck to your hand, except for Win the Wind Channeler. Also, you can't activate monster effects for the rest of this turn except for Wind monsters. When a Wind monster you control is destroyed by battle while this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card. Each effect is once per turn, but we actually can't special summon this, because the moment we do, our skill is no longer usable. If we use the skill, we can't summon this at all. We'd have to set it if we were using it. This is literally a junk converter, quote-unquote, and nothing more. Speedroid Terror Top, the party starter. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is normally special summoned, you can add a Speedroid monster from deck to hand except for Terror Top. The search is once per turn, the special summon is not, as Lyrilusc players have learned the hard way. Next up is Fukimadoshi Piper. If this card is normally special summon, you can activate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of other wind monsters you currently control. Add one activated card to your hand. Also, place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order you choose. You can manage this card from your graveyard, target a level 3 or higher wind monster you control, and reduce its level by 2. Each effect is once per turn. Now, nowadays you don't want to be seeing your tuners in your hand pretty much ever, especially red-eyed dice. But if you have Wind, you don't mind seeing Den Den Daigo Duke. Anyway, Triple Speedroid Taketomborg. If you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can tribute this card, special summon a Speedroid tuner monster from your deck. Also, you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for wind monsters, and you can only special summon Taketomborg once per turn. Next up is the normal summon himself, the Speedroid Double Yo-Yo. When this card is normal summon, you can target a level 3 or lower Speedroid monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Simple as that. Den Den Daigo Duke, as mentioned earlier. You can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon a Speedroid tuner monster from your hand or graveyard except for Den Den Daigo Duke, and this effect is once per turn. Lastly, the Garnet, the Red-Eyed Dice. When this card is normal or special summon, you can target a Speedroid monster you control except for Red-Eyed Dice, and declare a level from 1 to 6 different from its original level, as I learned the hard way. It becomes that level until the end of this turn. On to spells, no traps, we have Double Forbidden Lance, the classic. Target a face-up monster at the field until the end of this turn. Loses 800 attack points, but it's unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards. If you are dealing with Dragonic NEOS and you have this face down, flip it in the draw phase. That is your only chance to stop one of your boss monsters of your choosing from getting hit with Super Poly. Double Cosmic Cyclone, of course. Pay 1,000, target a spell or trap on the field and banish it. The Double Book of Eclipse is next. Change all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position. During the end phase of this turn, put as many face-down defense position monsters your opponent controls as possible face-up, then your opponent draws cards equal to the number of monsters flipped face-up by this effect. I have 3, but we only really have room for 2. And lastly, the Speed Recovery. Target a Speedroid monster in your graveyard and special summon it. During your main phase, except for the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card and target a Speedroid monster, and instead, add it to your hand. On to the extra deck, we've got High Speedroid Clear Wing Rider first. Once per turn during your main phase, you can roll a 6-sided die and shuffle wind monsters from your graveyard into your deck up to the result. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number shuffled, and if you do, this card gains 500 attack points for each card destroyed by this effect until the end of this turn. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can tribute the Synchro summoned card, special summon up to 2 level 7 wind Synchro monsters with different names from each other from your extra deck. We used to not have a second target worth our while, and now we do, and it's beautiful. You'll see it later. But first, Stardust Warrior! Yusei may have to take a back seat, but with the new stuff we have, he can contribute with one of his best boss monsters even now. During the player's turn, if your opponent with special summon monsters not through an effect, you contribute this card, negate the summons, and if you do, destroy those monsters. Great into Salamangreat, great into Lyrilusc, great into Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade in particular, and on the rare occasion where Predaplant decides to, go into links like Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Unicorn, or just go into their own Ensemble Robin, because, they can play that for some reason. It deals with that too. Anyway, during the end phase, if this activated successfully this turn, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this face-up card you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a level 8 or lower Warrior Synchro monster from your extra deck, and it's treated as a Synchro summon. Which is a useless float in this case, but this is still nice to have for those matchups. Of course, the classic Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Once per turn during the player's turn, when another monster's effect is activated, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster. If you do that, this card gains attack points equal to that destroyed monster's original attack points until the end of this turn. And more importantly, as I always say, if this card battles a level 5 or higher monster your opponent controls during damage calculation, this card gains attack points equal to the current attack points of the opponent's monster it is battling during that damage calculation only, not once per turn. Read this effect, people. I swear, I still see people swinging their great tornadoes into Crystal Wing. Why? Anyway, High Speedroid Kite Rake. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can activate one of these effects. Either you can destroy all of the cards on the field, or negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card, you can add one Speedroid monster from deck to hand, and each effect is once per turn. So, I mentioned earlier, we finally have a second level 7 Wind Synchro for Clearwing Rider's Tribute effect that's worth summoning. We finally have Clearwing Fast Dragon. What took so long? Pendulum effect. You can send one face-up Speedroid Tuner and one face-up non-tuner monster you control to the graveyard, whose total levels equal exactly 7. Special summon this card from your Pendulum Zone, and this effect is once per turn. Weirdly, I can never seem to actually activate this effect. I'm wondering if it's a bug with the skill for some reason. Anyway, the main thing we're here for is the monster effect. During the player's turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls that was special summoned from the extra deck. Until the end of this turn, change its attack points to 0. Also, that face-up monster has its effects negated. You can only use this effect once per turn. If this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can place it in your Pendulum Zone. So, this, Clearwing Synchro Dragon, and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon all cover each other in different ways really nicely. Great synergy here. Speaking of which, Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Once per turn during either player's turn, when another level 5 or higher monster activates its effect on the field, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster. And once per turn during either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated that targets exactly one level 5 or higher monster on the field and no other cards, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster. If either of this card's effects destroy the monster, this card gains attack points equal to those destroyed monster's original attack points until the end of this turn. So we have level 5 negate and level 5 or higher targeting protection. We have extra deck negate, and we just have a generic monster negate in general. This covers everything really nicely. And the game changer that makes these end boards all possible, High Speedroid Cork Shooter. This thing is broken. Like, it is actually broken. If this card is Synchro summoned, you can activate one of these effects. Either add a Speedroid spell or trap in your deck to your hand, which is good if you're playing, like, Speedroid Duplicate, but I'm not. But that doesn't even matter because, this next effect is the real broken thing. If all the materials that were used for the Synchro summon of this card were Speedroid monsters, and they are all in your graveyard, special summon all of them! You are going to see in full why this effect is so broken. Obviously, you can't special summon monsters the turn you activate this except for wind monsters, and this effect is once per turn, but do you really need it more than once per turn? Really? That's what I thought. Anyway, High Speedroid Higuita. We no longer play Chambara because Higuita is just way too important for our new combos. Anyway, during the player's turn you contribute this card, increase the level of all monsters currently on the field by 1 until the end of this turn. So, this can stop a couple of Xyz plays. This actually did come up, you'll see how later. And, if this card is in your graveyard and you control a Speedroid Tuner monster, you can special summon this card. Also, you can't special summon for the rest of the turn except for wind monsters. This effect is once per turn. Pretty straightforward, really. Last up, High Speedroid Puzzle, still nice to have. At the start of a damage step, if this card battles a special summon monster, you can make this card's attack points become double its current attack points until the end of the damage step. Once returned during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because the Synchro summon card was sent there from the field this turn, you can target a Speedroid monster in your graveyard except for puzzle and add it to your hand. Combo extender, recovery, all good stuff, really. And that is it. So, there is one trap I will go ahead and talk about as an alternative if you want to play it with the Cork Shooter. Here's what we need, and yes, I have IDP finally. But, more importantly, Speedroid Duplicate. Banish one wind monster from your graveyard and target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 2 or higher Speedroid monster you control, reduce its level by 1, and if you do, special summon this card as a normal monster. A machine type, winged attribute tuner monster that is level 1 with no attack or defense points. This card is not treated as a trap, and this effect can only be activated once per duel. So make it count. Anyway, on to the replays. So, don't go expecting much in the way of variety. Also, that is not the real Playmaker. One day I'll hit that Jet and Doppel combo on you, dude. One day. Freaking Evilitis. Still live with that. That was the only time I had it, and that caused me to miss timing. Anyway, get used to Dragonic NEOS, folks. Because I'm telling you right now, you're only going to be seeing the big 4 decks of the format and one of the variants of one of those decks. No prizes for guessing what the variant is. So all you need is Terror Top or a way to search it, and either double Yo-Yo or Taket on board. Special summon Terror Top, get the other one of those 2 Speedroids I mentioned earlier, in this case Taket on board. Special summon Taket on board, activate, get Fuki Midoshi. Now, if you pitched Den Daiko Duke or you have Speed Recovery in your hand, do not excavate just yet. You don't want to risk the red-eyed dice if you can afford it. Trust me, it blows when you get that to happen. Anyway, Clear Wing. Skill Effect 1, and Crystal Wing. Now, at this point, we're safe from 2 hand traps. We are safe from the Biru because by the time he can activate that, we already have Crystal Wing on the field. And we're safe from DD Crow because we don't need the graveyard until now, and Crystal Wing can cover that. Because now we're normal summoning double Yo-Yo. Get back red-eyed dice, make the Yo-Yo level 2. It's Cork Shenanigans time. Activate, get the monsters back, and make Cork level 5. Make our Hagoida, activate the second effect of the skill. In this case, we're going to go ahead and pitch the Hagoida to get Clear Wing back. This is an extra step if you have a Den Daiko Duke or the Speed Recovery. Either way, you're going to bring back Fuki Midoshi Piper. Now you excavate. In this case, grabbing double Yo-Yo for next turn. We make our Clear Wing Rider. And we can still bring back Hagoida to Excel Synchro Stardust Warrior. At this point, activate Clear Wing Rider's effect, if you have it on the field. No matter what you roll, priority number 1 is always Clear Wing. The rest is extra. So, this is not going to matter. This is a really impressive end board, and it's not going to matter. It's going to amount to nothing, literally.
Take to the skies. Element Stratos' effect activates. I'll show you my hero. Activate the spell card. I'm counting on you, buddy. I fusion summon a monster. My monster's effect activates.
And he chained this correctly, but he misplays right here. So he's got Neos on the field, Sunrise on the field, and now Core.
Come on out. Neos.
We know one of the cards in hand is Super Poly, and he sets the Super Poly!
Go, Neos.
All he had to do
Unleash your power and
was do what he does here, and I misplayed here and forgot to freaking, toggle back on because, time.
down.
Super Poly with Neos and Stardust Warrior to make Great Tornado, and swing for game.
Here go Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon.
That was a huge misplay, and I don't know why he did that.
You're in for it now. I draw Speedroid Double Yo-Yo. I activate Double Yo-Yos of the Tuner Monster. Red-Eyed Dice activates its effect.
So that, plus speed recovery off the top, plus him hesitating right here.
Here's the level 3 Synchro Tuner. High Speedroid Cork Shooter. Cork Shooter's effect, the Tuner Monster. Speed Red-Eyed Dice activates Synchro.
Yeah, he held for way too long, and literally would have been forced to use the Super Poly.
Kite Drake activates its effect. Sweet! Just what I was waiting for. My monster's effect. I activate my spell card. Zoom in. Clear Wing Rider activates its effect.
Now, if I had enough time, I would have also gotten Clear Wing fast out by banishing Fukimidoshi, or, me realizing that, well, I had shuffled it back. That's annoying. But thankfully, we still had Hagoida. Hindsight's 2020. But hey, this worked. And I actually got to swing with Hagoida for once. Hagoida's normally a combo tool. Yeah, in hindsight, that might not have been the best idea, but it worked out anyway. So, more Dragonic Contact.
You want to know my... All right, let's duel.
Now, going second into Dragonic Contact is a bit weird. It's surprisingly easy to get through, depending on what you get in your hand. But it can also just as easily be stupidly annoying.
Take to the skies. Stratos' effect activates. I activate the spell card. This is one of my favorites.
Now, I gotta say this right now. People, stop chaining the Sunrise first! You always chain the Sunrise last, so you search your Miracle Fusion first, and then get your draws. Why does nobody know what they're doing with this game?
I throw down a face down. Here I go. I draw from my hand.
So, we guessed right on the Super Poly. Thankfully enough.
Speedroid Terror Top. Terror Top's effect activates.
Go ahead and play the combo as normal.
I activate Taki Tomboards of the Tuner Monster.
You can really tell this guy was hesitating. He did not know what to choke.
Beat your wings to whip up a whirlwind of destruction. Level 7.
Because I think he knew if I tried anything, he'd try something in response, and I still have my normal summon because he knows I have double yo-yo in hand. But that's gonna cost him.
Kite Drake activates its effect. Sweet.
Katana Slider, yeah, nice try.
My trap activates.
And we can still play.
I activate double yo-yos of the Tuner. Red-Eyed Dice activates its effect. Synchro summon.
Here comes the Cork. I'm telling you, Cork is broken.
Cork Shooter's effect, the Tuner Month. Speed. Red-Eyed Dice activates its goes supersonic and break every hit the I know what to do. I synchro.
And we have Den Den Daiko engraved. So on top of Stardust Warrior, Cork comes back, and now Hagoida can come back.
I'm setting Cave away for the monster forged by rock. Take flight.
Now, I opted to do the second skill effect to get Clear Wing on the field instead of Stardust Warrior, in case of, like, Kiteroid, so I'd be ready for next turn.
Yeah.
He didn't have it. It was GG regardless. And so, more Dragonic Contact!
Fine, I'll do. Oh, let's duel.
Once again, another situation where
It's my turn.
this could easily be winnable depending on what I have.
I throw down, I activate the spell card. I'm counting on you, buddy. I fusion summon a monster. My turn's done. You're in for it now. I draw. I activate my monster.
Double yo-yo off the top gives me everything I need.
Speedroid, Terror Top. Terror Top's effect activates. Speedroid, Take, Tomboy.
Because as you'll later find out, I don't care about Super Poly.
On my fear and this card, I fusion summon a monster.
Had to pitch Neos Wiseman, which is unfortunate.
Great Tornado's effect activates.
And I don't care.
Downburst, Speedroid, double yo-yo. I activate double yo-yo.
Breakthrough skill? Yeah, nice try.
Check out my face down card. I activate a quick play spell. Activates. The tuner must beat your wings to whip up.
So, we have Clear Wing here.
The duel is
And the red-eyed dice. We go puzzle here for a reason.
I Synchro level 4 high.
Den Daiko, banish, get the dice back on the field. Here's how this would have gone. Make puzzle level 2, Cork, bring everything back, make Cork level 6, get Stardust Warrior, get Crystal Wing, GG. Yeah, I mentioned several times now that Cork is broken. You're gonna see exactly what I mean. I think you may have already seen it enough times, but I'm not even done.
Flamin'. Final. Ready for duel. Let's duel.
Unfortunately, into Salamangreat, our one temporary break from Dragonic Contact for a little bit.
Flame and I are.
We're dealing with a deck that can never brick, essentially. And I got a really weird hand.
Salamangreat of summoning Salamangreat of Fire activates its effect. Blaze the circuit. I link summon. Appear. Here's Salamangreat. Here's Salamangreat Gazelle. Blaze the circuit. Link tip. I activate my field spell. I blaze the circuit.
And here goes everything. Reincarnate,
Check out
get back
Sunlight Wolf's
Transcendence.
Reincarnation effect. Salamangreat Jack. Sunlight Wolf's effect activates.
You're in for it now. I draw.
We'll find out soon enough. I end my turn.
Now this is mostly fine. It's a little annoying, but it's fine.
Speedroid, Take, Tomboy. I activate Take Tomboy. The tuner monster. Red-eyed dice activates its effect.
Sunlight Wolf's effect activates.
Grab back Salamangreat of Fire.
I activate
Burning
my
Shell. I
quick
take this chance to
spell.
guess on the Transcendence.
Salamangreat Burning Shell. Salamangreat
Guess wrong, but
Falcon.
honestly, it being
Blaze the
Signet
circuit.
Crosswipe, that wasn't too big of a deal.
Link summon. Link 4. Salamangreat Falco's effect. Here's Salamangreat Gazelle's effect. I activate my quick play spell. Salamangreat, let the flames engulf your body. Soar. Salamangreat Gazelle. I'm setting a Pyro Phoenix. Here's Salamangreat Gazelle's effect.
Speedroid, double yo-yo. I activate double yo-yo. The tuner monster. Red-eyed
And
dice
so,
activates its
we still have our normal summon.
Summon a monster.
Cork is going to do its thing.
Here's
That
the
full
level
board wipe
3 Synchro
was both
tuner.
poorly timed and pointless.
Cork Shooter's effect. The tuner monster. Speedroid, go supersonic and break every hit the giving up. I banish Den Daiko, the tuner monster.
And so, we're going to make Clearwing Fast Dragon first.
Wings light up the sky at tops. Soar.
Bring back Hagoida. And make Crystal Wing. This forces a checkmate situation where he's required to give up the Pyro Phoenix,
Clear Wing Fast Dragon activate battle. Attack Crystal Wing Synchro.
which he does.
Here I go. I know you got a lot more in you. I end my turn.
Salamangreat Falco's effect. Salamangreat Falco. Salamangreat up summoning. Salamangreat of fire activates its effect. Plays the circuit. I link summon.
And here we go.
Here's Salamangreat Gazelle. Here's Salamangreat Gazelle's effect. I activate my quick play spell. Salamangreat Circle.
Grabs the Beat Bison, and there's one major problem there, buddy.
Salamangreat Beat Bison. Salamangreat Beat Bison's effect activates.
All of your main zones are full of monsters you summoned this turn.
I activate a quick
You left yourself open.
Battle. Are you okay?
All right. When I
And no matter what he did,
I never
GG. The Bail Links was wide open. And some more Dragonic Contact!
You will live.
quit. I'm not. Let's do
Man, you love seeing Win and Den Daiko in hand together.
I activate my monster's effect. Speedroid Terror Top's effect activates. Speedroid Take Tom. I activate Take Tomboy's effect. The Tuner Monster Fuki Madoshi Piper activates its effect. Beat your wings to whip up a whirlwind of destruction. I Synchro summon.
And so, because we got the double yo-yo off of the Fuki Madoshi Excavate,
I set a card.
we know how this combo goes. So we're gonna speed things along. Got a 6. So we get all this back.
That brings my turn to an end. I draw. That's a no.
Lands in the draw phase, as I mentioned earlier.
Card. I activate
He goes Arm Dragon level 10 base for some reason. I don't understand why.
I tribute Clear Wing.
But that gives me the chance to do this.
Clear Wing. Soar, Clear Wing, Fast Dragon.
Join me.
So yeah, 4 boss monsters in essentially 1 turn.
I activate my
Clear Wing.
Clear Wing says no. Super Poly, you can tell he really wanted to get rid of Crystal Wing, and wasn't aware that Stardust Warrior's Special Summon Negate does not work on card effects.
I activate my
Crystal Wing.
I choose to Crystal Wing Negate here, because if he had Poly in hand, he would have needed 2 heroes. Or a hero and another monster.
I fusion summon a monster.
He got Sunrise because he had Neos. Man, annoying.
I activate my
And people, stop chaining this wrong.
I activate my spell card. Miracle Fuse, join me. I fusion summon a
Gets on
monster.
another Sunrise.
I throw down effect. Let's battle. I activate my monster.
Clear Wing. Fast Dragon activates. It's a pulled up.
Clear Wing fast. Cosmic into his back row, which is compulsory.
Go. Attack.
You're in
And at that point, we don't even need anything else.
my turn. I draw. I'm setting a card. Let's your time. Crystal Wing Synchro.
Goodbye.
Activates its effect.
Sure, I might not be the skin race.
And that is what we call GG. Now, next up, we have an actually, admittedly, really good match. I can't even be mad that this played out the way it did. Minus 1 annoying misplay from my part, but didn't even matter in the end, but...
Just to
Remember,
let's duel.
Lyrilusc Tri-Brigade.
I activate a continuous spell.
So, Fractal into Kate, into Nerval, into Surgeon Karis.
Get ready. I activate my monsters effect. Get ready.
Get out Baron Blossom.
My monsters get ready.
Special summon that's Karis, I believe. No, that's Nerval.
I activate
Goes into
my
Bearbrum.
monsters effect. I activate
And here come the Lyriluscs.
My beautiful birds, harmonize above the battlefield. Join me. I'll use one overlay unit to activate Recital Starling's effect. This is my... I activate the spell card, Lyrilusc Bird Call. Lyrilusc.
And of course, Bird Call means you get out the untargetable.
Summoning Cobalt Sparrow activates her effect. Get ready.
Link off into Rugal.
My beautiful birds, spread your wings from high. Using Sapphire Swallow to that ends
Here
my
I
turn.
go. I draw.
I use one overlay unit to
I
activate my
monsters.
Nightingale.
Now, DD Crow was
Speedroid
searched.
Terror Top.
Dude did not think to banish my Denden Daigo.
Speedroid Take Tomboard. I activate Take Tomboard's the Tuner Monster. Fuki Madoshi Piper activates its effect. Beat your wings to
Now you might think, oh, it's Nightingale, I go Kite Drake here, right? Not yet! Top priority is Crystal Wing.
Pave the way for the Monster Forge Fire. Take flight. Level 8. I'm Speedroid Double Yo. I activate
Double Yo-Yo, and here's what I was talking about.
Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect.
True, he can safely pivot into Barrel Canary, which is annoying, but...
The Tuner Monster.
Oh well.
Dice activates its Synchro Summon.
Like I care.
Here's the Cork Shooter's effect. The Tuner Monster Speedroid goes supersonic and break every.
Now we go straight to Kite Drake.
Synchro Summon. Go level.
Go ahead and negate everything on the field.
Its effect. I banish Den Daiko. Here's the. I activate Hagoida's. Hit the
Hagoida gets to stay on the field because we're going Clear Wing Rider.
Zoom in. Level up. Clear Wing Rider activates its effect. Roll the dice.
Get a 2, and I choose to shuffle back, of course, the Kite Drake and Clear Wing.
I won't let you do that.
Let's battle. Clear Wing Rider.
And I had forgotten about the Nightingale effect there because, well,
It's my
it had
turn.
been a while since the turn started.
I use one overlay unit to activate my Nightingale. Come out.
I tribute Clear Wing Rider. Level 7. Soar.
I activate my monsters effect.
Let's make him waste those
Synchro
resources.
Dragon activates its effect.
I'm gonna. Barrel Canary's effect activate Lyrilusc. Lyrilusc. Special summoning.
I activate Hagoida.
And Hagoida's gonna say no to your rank 1 Xyz plays.
I activate my monsters
So Fractal
effect.
into Nerval into Karis again.
With that, I
Here I
end
go.
my turn.
I draw. I activate my monster's effect.
Now here, don't ask why I don't attack with Crystal Wing. That's just stupid of me,
Here
I'll
I
admit.
go. Clear Wing Synchro Drag. Attack. Clear Wing Fast Drag. That brings my
It's
turn
my
to
turn.
an end.
But granted, not like it's gonna matter.
Lyrilusc turn. Special summoning turn.
Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon activates its effect.
I activate my monsters effect. I'm counting on you. I activate my monsters effect.
I cared more about stopping the Warbler.
Appear. I activate my
Clear Wing Fast Dragon.
Clear Wing
activates
Fast is
its
gonna say
effect.
no.
appear. Blink summon. I activate my monsters effect. Barrel Canary's effect. Lyrilusc. 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 My beautiful bird. Join me!
Goes for the Starling.
Recital Starling's effect using Sapphire Swallow to see summon activates her effect.
Hold up! My set card!
And let's just say no with Eclipse.
Play spell!
Alright.
Lance is gonna keep the WO safe. Sorry, not sorry. Get out of here.
I activate a quick
That
play
ends my
spell!
turn.
Here I go! I drew level 7! I soar! Take flight! Let's battle! Attack! Clear Wing Fast Dragon activates its effect!
Hold up.
There goes that. We don't care about that.
Double yo-yo attack! Your time's up! Attack Crystal!
And GG. That was honestly a really good game. I hate Tri-Brigade personally, but that was legitimately just
Dueling's the
classic
only
Yu-Gi-Oh!
way to survive.
That was good. So next up, we'd have arguably what I consider to be among the 4 big decks of the format. This one's worst matchup, if not second worst behind Salamangreat, one of the two. Predaplants.
I'll be not. Bring it! You'll duel. Let's duel. Would you? I'll enjoy.
So, this is going to get annoying.
I activate the spell card. Fusion summon.
Goes Ambulo Melodus, gets a triple search, which is really annoying.
Ambulo Melodus at Saracenian. Lyrilusc's effect activates when it's sent to the graveyard.
Gets out for Scorpio. Predapractice. And Predaplast, which is really annoying.
I activate the spell card. Predaplant Opera Scorpio. By summoning Opera.
Grabs Hydra.
A Predaplant's effect special summons.
Darlington and Cobra gets Fusion Recycling Plant, which is really annoying. Thankfully, they don't have access to Predaplanet for that anymore. Unless they give up the Hydra, which why would they do that?
I activate a field spell. From my hand, I activate my spell card. From my hand, Fusion Summon. Go level. I activate my spell card.
Dragostapelia.
I activate a field spell.
And that's it for his turn. Because we know that card's Predaplast. Amusingly, even if he had a couple of freaking... what was it?
My turn. I draw. I activate my monster's effect.
Dragostapelias. If he had 2 of them instead, it wouldn't have been enough anyway with this hand.
Speedroid Terror Top. Terror Top. Dragostapelia activates its effect. Speedroid double.
He lets this go through,
The tuner monster.
and then
I
Predaplast
activate
to
my
try and
quick
stop
play
any
spell.
Synchro plays.
Predaplast.
Does he know? He doesn't know.
I synchro summon a monster. Here's the level.
Cork MVP.
Activates. The tuner monster. Speedroid. Speedroid. Beat your wings to whip up a whirlwind. Level
Make our Clear Wing.
If you find. Pave the way for the monster forged by. Take.
Crystal Wing for coverage.
I activate Take Tom, the tuner monster. Fuki
Get out the Fuki.
Piper activates its effect. I'm setting a card. Shining wings light up the sky at top speed. Soar, click. Clear Wing Fast Dragon activates its. I banish Den the tuner monster. Synchro summon. Zoom in. Clear Wing Rider activates its effect. Roll the dice.
And even with Hydro, Rider comes in clutch. Good sir, you've been hit by, you've been struck by, truck. Or in this case, motorcycle.
You're done.
Pow.
Clear Wing Rider. My previous foes were all bark and no bite. You need better monsters if you want to defeat Clearwing.
There we go. All because he put those predator counters on me. Beautiful. I swear, people don't seem to think we have Cork Shooter. And then they realize I'm crazy enough to actually grind this, get the Cork Shooter, because it's at level 38 for Yugo, and use it. But for the final game, the D-level max game, pure Lyrilusc. Fortunately, I was going first, and even more fortunately,
I refused.
Just to double
beautiful.
check.
If we give
Let's duel.
So you've seen how most of this combo works, we're going to speed this along. Cork brings those back. Level 5, skill effect 1 and 2 are used up now. And we have Stardust Warrior. Now I choose to grab the Clearwing here, because if the board gets broken, all I have to do is summon Taka Tomborg in some way, tribute for Denden Daiko Duke,
Crystal Wing
bring back Hagoida, make
activates
Kite
its
Drake.
effect.
Now I try to stop the Barrel Canary.
activate a quick play spell.
That pretty much saw to it that I couldn't. Not anymore.
Lyrilusc,
So having the full end board, at the very least it forced him to burn everything.
special summoning Cobalt Sparrow activates her effect. My beautiful bird. Spread
And
your wings above
makes
the
Nightingale
sea.
this early.
Rank 1 Lyrilusc.
Major lapse in judgment.
I use one overlay unit. This is my Lyrilusc set.
Yeah, you played that all kinds of wrong.
My beautiful bird. Harmonize above the battle. Join me. Using Sapphire's Swallow to
All
summon
right.
activates her
My
effect.
set card.
Let's not do that and say we
Play
did.
spell.
And due to Salt, he chose to
That
just
was so
run the
exciting.
timer out.
You need better monsters if you want to defeat Clearwing.
Bruh moment. But that is D-level max for the KC Cup with Speedroid. Now, I've already talked about how I feel about this format in general so many times over now. It's gatekeep hell. So instead, I'm actually going to talk about how I feel about Speedroid as of now, with it basically at the new full power that it has. In the context of this format, it's still bad. Everything that isn't like one of the big 4 decks is bad in the context of this format. But Speedroid itself, I would argue, is the current best Synchro deck we have. So many combos, so many ways to just board break without committing to a normal summon, so many ways to just search stuff out, get into stuff we need, and some of the dumbest end boards I have ever seen, at least as far as dedicated Synchro strategies. At least for right now. Like, you saw it. We can get 4 boss monsters essentially in one turn. Usually it's like Crystal Wing, Clearwing, Stardust Warrior, or Crystal Wing, Clearwing, Fast, Stardust Warrior, or Crystal Wing, Double Clearwing, which is regular and Clearwing Fast. But if you get the right hand, you can get all 4. And it's insane. It is dumb. Cork Shooter is such a game changer. Me personally, I want to go back to Synchron at some point once we get like a junk speeder skill. And in hindsight, I realized it has to be skill locked, otherwise Sherry can abuse it. But knowing Konami and how much they hate 5Ds, I'm probably not going to be seeing that for a long time, if ever. But with that said, yeah, Speedroid may not be relevant, at least in the context of the current format with stuff running around, but it can do so much stuff now. It is basically the perfect Synchro deck as is currently. This is fun. Like, this is the kind of stuff I love doing. Now, granted, I'd rather be doing it with Synchron, but for the time being, like I said, it has to go on the back burner until we get new support. It's unfortunate, but what can you do? But that's all I have to say for this video. Until the next one, which, now that there's nothing left for me to do on Duel Links this month, I promise you, it is going to be C3 Sakuya in a couple of days, as of recording this. So until that happens, later guys.